Hello dear viewers, welcome to our channel. It's very good to have you here. In this video we are looking at 10 causes of excessive fuel consumption. Now there are different things leading to extra fuel consumption. So if you happen to notice that you are having excess fuel consumption, unusually high fuel consumption on your engine, there are also causes that are leading to this. In this video we are going to have a look at 10 of them. The number one reason for excessive fuel consumption could be dirty or clogged air filter. Now, if there is less air entrance into the engine, that can cause excessive fuel demand, because as there is less air, in order to travel and in order to reach the designated distance, you have to burn extra fuel. That can lead to excessive fuel consumption. For clogged air cleaner or dirty air filter element is the number one cause of excessive fuel consumption. This works for the previous carburetor type fuel systems, or it can also work for modern injection type fuel systems. The second cause of excessive fuel consumption is engine management system fault. If there is a problem with the engine management system, the engine management is a mechanism that will inject the proper amount of fuel by gathering data from the different sensors. For example, it gathers data from the mass airflow sensor, it gathers data from the coolant temperature, throttle position. All those data will be analyzed, and the amount of fuel to be injected will be then decided upon those data. If there is a problem with this engine management system, that can also lead to excessive fuel consumption. That could be caused by the ECU problem, or that could be caused by sensor problem. So whatever the cause is, if there is a problem with the engine management, that can also lead to excessive fuel consumption. Number 3, faulty injectors. Now injectors, they should hold up fuel when there is no electric sent to them, or when the time is not right. Only on the appropriate time they should inject fuel. However, if there is a problem with the valve seat, if there is a problem with the needle seat of the fuel injectors, they will start leaking fuel. That will cause excessive fuel consumption. So the number 3 cause is faulty injectors. Number 4, it can be low tire pressure or incorrect tire size, can also lead to excessive fuel consumption. If you have recently changed your tire with a different sized one, that can lead to excessive fuel. Now when the tire size is different, the amount of distance that can be covered with the rotation of that tire will be different from the previous one. So if there is incorrect tire size, the amount of fuel that you need to cover the designated distance will somehow increase. For example, if you have installed smaller tires, they have to rotate much more in order to cover similar distance with the previous tire. That will lead to excessive fuel consumption to cover a designated distance. And also associated with the tire, if there is low tire pressure, that can also lead to excessive fuel consumption. Number 5, problem with the brake system. If there is brake binding, if there is a problem with the brake, that can also lead to excessive fuel consumption. Number 5, binding brakes. If there are binding brakes, that will cause resistance for the tires to spin, and that will definitely lead to excessive fuel consumption, because in order to overcome that binding force and travel the designated distance, you have to put in more effort, and that will cost you fuel, and that is another reason for excessive fuel consumption. Number 6, improperly set ignition timing. If there is a problem with the ignition timing, that will definitely lead to incorrect fuel consumption. For example, If there is a problem with the ignition timing, incomplete combustion might take place. If there is a retarded timing, for example, exhaust valve will open before the combustion is complete. That will cause hydrocarbon leakage to the atmosphere, and that will also lead to excessive fuel consumption. So if there is incorrectly set ignition timing, that can be a cause for excessive fuel consumption. Number 7, on a carburetor type engine, if there is a problem with the choke system, if choke is sticking or improperly adjusted on carburetor models, that can also lead to excessive fuel consumption. What the choke does is it will restrict air entrance into the intake manifold. So by restricting air, we will make the air-fuel mixture rich. That means we have extra fuel than the normal ratio. So if there is a binding choke, if there is improperly adjusted choke, or if there is a sticking choke, that will definitely lead to excessive fuel consumption, as much intake manifold vacuum will suck in extra fuel, leading to maximum fuel consumption. Number 8, problem with the emission control system. If the emission system does not function properly, that can also lead to excessive fuel consumption. See, the emission control system has to take care of all the hydrocarbons and emissions that are released due to incomplete combustion. If there is a problem with that management system, that can also lead to excessive fuel consumption. Number 9, fault in the fuel or electrical system. If there is a problem in the fuel-related systems, if there is a problem on the electrical systems, that can also lead to excessive fuel consumption. If, for example, low-grade fuel is used, if there is a problem with the production of strong spark on the ignition system side, strong spark has to be there in order to have complete combustion. But if the electrical system is somehow defective and couldn't bring up that strong spark to ignite the air-fuel mixture, that will also lead to excessive fuel consumption. And finally, number 10, on a carburetor-fueled engine, if carburetor or fuel injection system is internal parts are excessively worn or damaged, that can also lead to excessive fuel consumption. For example, on a carburetor, there are jets that allow fuel passage through, and those jets are also designed to limit the amount of fuel, liquid raw fuel, that is passing to the engine. If somehow they are eroded and the opening increases, that will also lead to excessive fuel consumption. And when it comes to the fuel injection system, same thing is happening. If it is a diesel engine, if the injectors have low opening pressure, for example, if the diesel injectors are having low opening pressure, they will start injecting fuel early and they will stop injecting fuel late. That will lead to excessive fuel consumption. So these are some of the causes. We have looked at 10 symptoms of excessive fuel consumptions. So lately, if you are having problem with your fuel management, if you are frequently going to gas station to fill up, probably 10 of these problems, one of them or maybe multiple of them are causing your engine to have excessive fuel consumption. Well, dear viewers, that is all we have for you in this presentation. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you like this video, smash the like button. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notification so that you will be notified whenever we come up with another maintenance related video. Till then, stay safe.